What are you doing back there?
I'm getting things.
Come on, we have a studio tour to do. So we're going to do a studio tour. How do you feel about that?
A studio tour.
Yeah.
Hooray.
A very random segment with Rafi and Klee. A very random segment.
Hola, you amazing artist, and welcome to the studio tour. We already did one studio tour, but we want to do another studio tour because a lot of things have changed since then.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
The studio is always changing because Rafi has to warp time and space to fit things.
Yeah. And maybe you could pick up some tips and tricks of different things that I've done in the studio. So let's get it started. Klee, why are you trying to hide things now? What, are you hiding your mess?
This isn't a mess.
Uh-huh.
This is for later packaging.
Klee's collection of boxes that she likes to store in the studio and get in my way. To get started with the studio tour, I wanted to show you guys, we have these folders. We got these folders on Amazon, not the actual folder, but the file folder holder. And this is where we have all our online orders so that we can organize things.
File folder holder. I have one too.
Yeah, this is Klee's organized mess. Klee's business station, because she's a real business person.
Yeah, this is where I do all my organizational things and run my online shop and write our sweet jingles. And I print things and I have this plant.
Yeah, she prints things and has a plant. That's part of the studio.
My box of shame of old propane and oxygen canisters that I need to find a recycling facility for.
Yeah, we don't know what to do with them. She just recently put those underneath there because she had them over there and I kept tripping over them. And this area here is for my drawing. This is my drawing table, and I created this drawer here that has all the different pens and stuff that I use. And then underneath that, this is actually kind of messy, but it's our amp, and this is for recording our music. So we have our music recording studio in our art studio as well. That comes out whenever we're ready to record things like music or the podcast that we do on Patreon. This is the recording area. You can see the microphones. This is Klee's mic, and then my microphone set up over here, and this is my computer workstation. This is where the magic happens on YouTube. This is the video camera that records me talking right here. Hello! And then Klee in the background. That's you guys right there. I don't know if you could see it. So pretty much here what I did was build a shelving area surrounding a sitting area. So up here, I have a shelf that has all the additional stuff that I need for either music or for art. I've got my printer over there. We've got the music for the studio in here, and then the couch. And then this computer here is reserved for YouTube videos, and anything that has to do with YouTube or with Patreon goes on this computer. And over here, I have all my brushes. And then the brushes, after I clean them, will sit there to dry. And then more brushes there, and then studio rags and different things like that go under there. And work on videos, and then when I'm done working on videos, or when videos are rendering, I could come out here and work on things. Or I sit over here and work on this computer and work on whatever it is that I'm working on, whether I'm designing t-shirts or sending out invoices or doing whatever. So this is all the business end of the studio.
Have you guys noticed that everything that Rafi builds either swivels or pulls out or comes out of like some super secret hiding place? It's pretty cool.
That's what she said, by the way.
It's
all right, and then over here, this is an easel that I built to be able to accommodate the big pieces of art that I do. It used to be a table, so we've got it's a metal table with the legs that fold out, so the bottom legs fold out, and that way if I need to lay this down, I could lay it down to use it as a tabletop for the big pieces or standing up like this. I built this because I realized that a lot of the easels that they have at the store that are made for bigger pieces are really expensive for no reason, so this is much easier and way less expensive to build. Don't record this part.
I'm still rolling.
Stop recording. So this is from an old easel that I basically cut into pieces. It's actually two different easels that I put together to build this tabletop easel. And so this moves to get out of the way. And of course I've got the shelving units behind this, which I'm able to get to and use any of the paints. If you look around, you're gonna notice that although it is a lot of things, I do have some type of organization to my madness. All my boxes up here are labeled so I know what's in them. I have my airbrush equipment up there. I have all my golden and Liquitex stuff up there. Pretty much what you're gonna wanna do is put together a system where you can easily put things away. So everything that goes into these bins that just slide into here, that is an easy system. The only way for me to get this shelving unit exactly the way to be able to fit the things that I need was to build it, which is why everything in the studio, everything other than the couch itself, was built by me.
Rafi is pretty organized, but it's definitely his organizational system. So sometimes he's outside and he's like, could you go into the studio and get me the thing that I use to like scrape texture? And then this is me.
What? It's like right there. It's right there. It's right there.
Okay, there's
See?
one right there.
Yeah, see? It was right in front of your face the entire time.
The system works for him. He knows where all the things are.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what matters is that it works for you.
Just don't ask poor helpless saps to go find you your things in your studio.
When I was younger, my dad would send me to go get something and he would call it the thing. He's like, Rafi, go in the kitchen and get me the thing. I would go into the kitchen and then stand there and realize I had no idea what thing he was talking about. I would just pick up the first thing that I saw and I bring it in, and my dad would get mad and be like, no, I said the thing. If you watch that video, you recognize my spinning easel. The spinning easel actually comes as a unit that I'm able to take out to shows. If you look over here, the black bottom unit, that's actually the base for the spinning easel. I use that for storage while in the studio because if not, that just doesn't fit in the studio. So I'm able to use it, and I've got a camera set up here because I want to do more videos of me actually creating stuff using the easel, which I think is cool. If you look behind the easel, you'll notice that I have containers of different paints that I mix, different epoxies. I have a lamination machine. I've got all my laminating stuff down there, and this is all the stuff that I use for mounting the backs onto the paintings. And then we go over here and you see Klee's space.
Klee's bench.
Yeah.
I do all my loud stuff that I do in the studio that disturbs Rafi while he's painting or trying to record videos.
I was gonna continue doing the tutorial, but Klee's got other plans.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
This is my main work area. You can see that it has a lot of holes and things in it. Everything that I make comes from like right here. And I keep random things that I have ideas for in my tray. And I have all kinds of fun rocks. See all the fun rocks? And then I have all my pliers and tweezers organized here. Bins upon bins upon bins. And honestly, plastic bins are the best for storing every type of metal because they don't allow oxygen in, so the metal doesn't tarnish. And then we have my beastly but small polishing station and vacuum system that sounds like a leaf blower.
I actually grew up with that hammer.
This hammer got passed on to me and it's my favorite. And my manky chair that's duct taped together.
Secretly this weekend, while she was at the market, I put a fresh layer of duct tape on one side.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. You did, didn't you? And more rocks and more tools underneath here.
Yeah, you got a rock tumbling machine and all kinds of stuff there. So that is Klee's area, which is essentially taking over most of the studio little by little.
It's a very small percentage of the studio.
I also recommend that underneath your art tables, if you have art tables, that you set up more storage. And what you're going to want to do is have the lip of the table coming out further than where you store things in case you drip any paint. It doesn't get on the things that you're storing. Under here we have a paper cutting machine. I've got a roller for the prints that I create, the original prints. I have more bins with more storage. I have a box with spray paints and different stuff there. This over here are different containers that I use to hold my paint. Any lid that I could get my hands on, I will use this to put paint on. These are plastic frozen dinner trays that are also great for putting paint on.
Yeah, it's just a different way to recycle.
Yeah, so it's all kinds of things down here that I could use. In the last video, I talked about being able to store your paints, your acrylic paints in these so that they don't dry overnight. Anytime that you're throwing anything away, if it looks like something that you'll be able to use in the studio, I suggest you just try and use it. Worst case scenario is that it doesn't work for you and you just throw it away anyway. I like using odd things that aren't necessarily supposed to be for the studio.
But give yourself a limit too, like if there's something in your studio that's taking up valuable space and you haven't used it for like 4 years, then maybe reconsider its value.
Always take a look at what you got and make sure that you're actually going to use it. A lot of the stuff that we have hanging on the walls is stuff to inspire us or just old creations. I think in one of the videos I talked about the wooden signs that I made, and those are them. Got awards on the wall. This hangs on the wall, and it's one of the things that we picked up while we were on our travels for 2 years. How did you get over there? Are you sleeping?
No, I'm just resting my eyes.
Oh God.
This is our studio orange chair of resting our eyes.
Pretty much everywhere along this wall, you've either got old pieces of art. Studio is a little bit messy right now. Usually these shelves back here are empty and stuff isn't just kind of strewn about, but we're working on different pieces. I would show you my storage, but my storage is really messy right now, so we'll just do it quick. Okay, that's good enough. That is the studio in a nutshell. It's not a very big space, but we try to utilize as much of that space as possible because that's what it's dedicated for. It's dedicated to a creative space. This chair where Klee was taking a nap and this table is kind of set up for when people come to do a studio visit.
Yeah, that's true. Aside from the resting your eyes chair, this is our customer chair. So like if I'm working on a repair for them or a new design for them, or if they're here to see artwork, they can sit here and drink a beverage and hang out with us comfortably.
And that was our studio, you guys. Yay! Hopefully you enjoyed it. I just want you to keep in mind, no matter what, whether or not you have a kitchen table as a studio or you have a full, what used to be a living room as a studio, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you have a space that is yours to create something. Even if it is a space that's in a bin that you have to bring out and put on a table, then that becomes your sacred space of creation. Or if you have a room that's dedicated to it, either way, have a space, have something, an area that is yours for you to create.
Creation station.
Your creation station. Yes, have a creation station. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. And if you have any tips or tricks for setting up a studio for yourself, having your creation station, just leave them in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I totally adore you. And if you like this and you want to watch more videos like this, just click right over here to subscribe. And that's it. Say goodbye, Klee.
Good day.
Adios.